What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all of the movies remaining in the year of 2019. It's technically a fall movie preview, but we're going to go from fall all the way until the end of December, so hold your horses. It could end up being a long video, but we are going to talk about all of the major theatrical releases, so anything that says wide next to it, getting a wide release, we're going to talk about. And then if I notice some things that I see, I'm like, that's got some Oscar chances, or that sounds good, we will absolutely talk about those. And if I skip anything, it's either because I haven't heard of it yet, or I just don't know exactly what it is. If you see something that I miss and I don't talk about, be sure to comment your thoughts down below. Say, Austin, put that on your radar. You have to watch it. Put it on your watch list on Letterboxd, and we will definitely get into that. All right, guys, once again, buckle up. We're going to go through all of these films, and a huge thanks to Box Office Mojo, not sponsoring this video, but I am going to use their website to look at all of these movies. I'm always on their website. They have great things happening over there. And real quick, guys, before I forget, I know I have some international viewers on this channel, and I'm so sorry that I can't do release dates for everyone, but this video is just going to be covering the release dates in the United States, but I am sure they will be similar, if not the exact same as this, and I know some films may come out a bit later, but for the most part, this preview will include everyone because, hey, we get to see them eventually. And we start this week, and this week, the big release on Friday is It Chapter 2, and it's really the only thing I see that's going to make a major impact, not 100% on what these other movies are. Blink of an eye, I have heard of that documentary, though, but oh my goodness, am I not so excited. I believe it's in my top 5 most anticipated movies of this year at this point, and it has been for quite some time. But I loved the first movie, I really did. I loved everything about it, but what I loved most about it is something that's not returning for the sequel, which has me a bit scared. That was the coming-of-age aspect of that movie. The second movie is not, obviously, going to be a coming-of-age story, even though it's going to be a story that hopefully scares us. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be almost 3 hours. But I am thoroughly excited to see what It Chapter 2 brings us, and be on the lookout for that review this Thursday night. And who knows, my wife might be in the review with me. Next up is Friday the 13th. Ooh, missed opportunity. No horror movies on this date. So we have 2 wide releases. That is The Goldfinch and Hustlers. And, I like the trailer for Hustlers. It looks pretty good. Don't know which route they're going to go down yet in terms of tone, but I think it looks interesting. And The Goldfinch, saw the trailer, Ansel Elgort, and I'm just not sold on it yet. I don't think the movie knows what it wants to be in terms of the marketing, but the actual film, that's when we'll see if it lives up to the hype of The Goldfinch. Nothing else here that I see that's really sparking or standing out. Now, this next weekend on the 20th of September, 3 massive releases, 2 massive releases, and 1, if you're a fan of this show, then you're going to be a fan of the fact that they're releasing this movie in theaters. That is Downton Abbey, which, I haven't seen much of the show. I'm still debating on whether or not I should review the movie, because since I haven't seen the show, I don't know if I'm going to get the level of enjoyment that fans of the show are going to get out of it, but it's still pretty hype because it's Downton Abbey. I mean, everyone's at least heard of it like I have, and a lot of people love the show. We also have Astra, the brand new Brad Pitt film, and I'm interested to see what route this goes down. The trailer looks extremely intriguing. I don't have this level of excitement that I think a lot of people have for this film. Really like the director, a lot of talented people involved. I feel like it could be an empty experience, like beautiful visuals, but I'm not all there with the story, but I'm still looking forward to it. And then, of course, Rambo: The Last Blood. I'm not crazy over the Rambo franchise like some other people are, but I respect it, and I understand why you love the other movies. And I love the first one especially. I think it's fantastic, and the fact that this is called Last Blood is awesome. And this last trailer, the first one, I'm like, yeah, I like it. This last one, I'm like, this could be really great, and it could harken back to old action movies, so I'm looking forward to Rambo: Last Blood, man. I really am. And the next weekend, nothing crazy here. I have heard of The Day Shall Come, not 100% what that is going to be, but that, Judy, and The Golden Glove, all of those movies, not wide releases. The wide release of that weekend is Abominable. And this is interesting because, Universal, you've got some talented filmmakers in there, and you've got an interesting, I'll say cute premise. Now, they haven't delivered on the level of quality that, say, a Pixar has or a Laika has, so I'm a bit curious as to if this movie is going to measure up, but hey, it could be cute. Last year we got Smallfoot. I think it could be more in that range. But hey, Smallfoot was cute enough. You know, I didn't love the movie, but kids are going to love it at least. On Wednesday, the 2nd of October, we have a movie called War. Now, I'm not extremely familiar with War, but, you know, it's getting a wide release, so hey, I'm probably going to end up watching it. And then on the 4th, that Friday, we have Joker. Now, we're hearing some great things about Joker. We're hearing that Joaquin Phoenix's performance is fantastic. We're hearing that it is one of the best comic book movies of the year, and we're also hearing the word, they're throwing out the word masterpiece, and I don't want to get too excited, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm salivating at the fact that this movie is coming out, and I can't wait to see it. Also, in limited that week, a few things that I'm noticing. Lucy in the Sky, we just saw that trailer, Natalie Portman. Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks really good, from the creator of Legion on FX. And then The Current War, and this one's funny, The Current War has been trying to come out for 2 years. It stars Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch and Michael Shannon. They don't like the trailers. It doesn't look very good. That's probably why it's struggled to get a release date, and it's not coming out in wide release, so it's probably just going to fly under the radar. But hey, I'm going to see it. I'm going to review it for you guys. And then on the 11th, so that next week, we have The Addams Family. This movie looks cute. You know, I don't know if I'm going to love it, just because it kind of reminds me of an Illumination movie, and it just kind of feels like the whole process that those films go through to get made. I'm not extremely excited, but it's another one, such as Abominable, that could be cute. Then we also have Jexy, which is the brand new Adam Devine comedy. Don't know too much about it, but it could come in and surprise us. Not extremely excited for it. But the big one here is Gemini Man. Gemini Man is the brand new Ang Lee, Will Smith movie. The aspect, well, the look of the movie, the feel of the way that this film rolls, and I don't know if it's going to 100% work. I think it all comes down to the frame rate on the big screen, but I've enjoyed the trailers, I think, a bit more than some others have. I think this movie is interesting. It could be good. I don't know if it's going to be good, but Ang Lee has given us some great films in the past, so this could be one of the bigger surprises of the year so far. Also, because of one of my incredible patrons named Aaron, I got the chance to see a screener for the movie Parasite. Now, I put out that review on YouTube yesterday. It does drop in the United States on October 11th, so when you guys get the chance to see it, trust me, you definitely want to do that. But if you want to hear my thoughts, talked about it yesterday. We're going to flash forward to the next weekend, so we go from the 11th to the 18th, and on the 18th, we have two pretty big sequels. This is the land of sequels. We'll talk about those in just a second. In limited release, I do want to talk about two movies on this list. Jojo Rabbit, which is Taika Waititi. The trailer's hilarious. I've heard Disney has some issues with some of the things in the movie, and I'm just like, y'all gotta let the artists tell their story. But man, I'm excited. Top 10 most anticipated. Top 5 most anticipated is The Lighthouse. Now, I probably won't get to see this on this date because I don't get to see limited release movies because I live in Kentucky. But The Lighthouse is one of those movies that I just need injected into my veins, into my eye holes. My eye holes right now. Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe, the director of The Witch. Sign me up. But in terms of big releases, we have Zombieland 2 Double Tap. I didn't love the first trailer, although I loved the first movie, and I was really looking forward to this film. I'm a bit scared of the director. I'm scared that this is going to end up a bit too cliche, and if it is of the level of the trailer, I'll be disappointed. But I hope it's good. I really hope it's good because I love this cast and I love the first movie. The first movie's so funny. Don't love the first Maleficent, though, or the first Maleficent. But, you know, I think I'm actually looking forward to this a bit more than my enjoyment of the first one warrants, right? I think this could be a surprise. I think this could be better than the first, and I do think it could go down a route that maybe surprises some people that don't love live-action Disney movies. And I don't know why I have that feeling. I just do. And Angelina Jolie, anything she's in, even if it's not the best, I'll watch it. And then we come to Wednesday the 16th, and I find this interesting, so I want to talk about it. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Now, if you guys are a fan of the Jay and Silent Bob franchise, then of course you're looking forward to this movie. Kevin Smith, and it is going to be a Fathom event, which means it's not going to be in every theater, but you guys know I'm definitely going to see it, and we're going to talk about it. Then on Friday, the 25th, we have Black and Blue, which is the Sony movie. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, but it looks interesting enough, but I'm like, we'll see. Not 100% sure what that is, but I do know The Last Full Measure is coming out, and that has Sebastian Stan and William Hurt, Samuel L. Jackson. Looks like a war-ish film, and it looks extremely interesting. So out of those three, the one that I'm looking forward to the most is probably The Last Full Measure, but who knows, Black and Blue could make an imprint. So could Countdown, but I don't know what that is. And then we move on. We're kind of transitioning into the winter season. We're not quite there yet. And oh my gosh, the 1st of November, that Friday, a lot of movies. Motherless Brooklyn. Love that trailer. Terminator Dark Fate. That's the big one over the weekend. Harriet, which is the Harriet Tubman movie. And then, of course, Arctic Dogs, which is the new animated film. And that could be cute. The one that I'm looking forward to the most is probably Motherless Brooklyn. But Terminator Dark Fate has the chance to be really good because you have Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, and James Cameron's seal of approval. Now, we've seen James Cameron's seal of approval before, and the movie wasn't the best, but I do think Dark Fate has all of the talented people behind it to make this a movie that is at least worth watching, and this last trailer, I kind of enjoyed it. Didn't do a reaction on this channel, but I am slightly looking forward to seeing how good that actually is. And a quick shout out to Waves, the A24 film. It is a musical. From what I've seen so far, it looks absolutely incredible, and it's one that I think is going to make a splash. Waves, that's a pun. And then on Friday, the 8th, we have another, wow, my schedule's going to be jam-packed. We have Dr. Sleep, which is, of course, the pseudo-sequel to The Shining. I'm looking forward to that, Ewan McGregor. Last Christmas, we saw that, the romantic comedy. It looks sweet. We'll see. Midway, not 100% sure what that is, and Playing with Fire. That is the John Cena, kind of harkening back to the early 2000s days, the lighthearted comedy with the kids, and it looks cute enough, but definitely Dr. Sleep. Oh my goodness, cannot wait to see this movie. My top 10 most anticipated films of the year. It's one that I think could make a massive, massive splash at the theater. That one wasn't a pun. And then, I'm sorry guys, I don't know how I missed this, but I want to go back to Honey Boy real quick. This is a limited release, and Shia LaBeouf is having a resurgence, I'm calling it right now, with the Peanut Butter Falcon, and this, which is kind of a true telling of his life story. He's playing his father. It's got a great cast, so Honey Boy in my top 10 most anticipated of the year. Then on Friday the 15th, we have 4 more movies. Oh my goodness, guys. Along with not a wide release in The Lodge, which is one I'm looking forward to, but the big wide releases are The Good Liar. Don't know a lot about that one. Ford v Ferrari. Revving my engines, getting ready for that one. That is Christian Bale. It's Matt Damon. It's directed by James Mangold. It has all of the makings to be a movie that is right down my alley. Cannot wait for that film. All Rise. Now, I did see a little bit about this film. It looks interesting enough, but nothing that's going to, make me gravitate towards the theater before Ford versus Ferrari. Another interesting one is Charlie's Angels. The trailer was okay. We'll see. I don't know if this is one that's going to make a lot of money, but definitely Ford v Ferrari here. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Wednesday the 13th, Shakira in concert. No, we move on to Friday the 22nd, and finally, guys, after being delayed, it's the brand new Russo brothers produced thriller starring Chadwick Boseman, and that is 21 Bridges. I like the trailer a lot. It has that dark crime feel to it. Not directed by the Russo brothers, but produced. So we don't know if it's going to be the most high quality thing in the world, but I do have faith in it. Another thing I have faith in is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. The trailer gave me all the feels. I got emotional watching it. Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. The guy has played everyone. And this film just has all of the makings to be a prime Oscar candidate, especially when you look at his performance. And we also have Frozen 2. Now, I really enjoyed the first Frozen. I think this one could come in and really just dominate our hearts, or it could come in and underwhelm. I don't know which route it's going to regardless. That weekend for me is going to be A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And then on Wednesday the 27th, we're getting into Thanksgiving territory. We have Knives Out, the brand new Rian Johnson film, and yes, give me this movie right now. The cast is great. The trailer was awesome. It has all of the makings to be one of the better and more entertaining movies of the year, as well as Queen and Slim. Now, Queen and Slim, I think, is going to be a massive player at the Oscars. I love everything I'm seeing and hearing about this movie. Daniel Kaluuya, you know his performance is going to be incredible, as well as the trailer. If you have not seen the trailer for Queen and Slim, it's one of the more interesting trailers I have seen all year, and it gets your blood pumping. Then you have December the 6th, and we're getting close to Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen, which means we're almost to the end of the year. Don't know what this is. Brahms the Boy 2? I don't know what that is. But we do have Playmobil the movie. And I saw the trailer, and I was just like, all right. Along with, in limited release, The Aeronauts, which I did see that, and it looks interesting enough. I think it could be a surprise. And then on the 13th, we have Black Christmas, which is a horror film. I believe it's the Blumhouse movie. They announced it on Twitter, and it looks like it could be scary. That's probably right. It's Blumhouse. It's probably the route they're going down. And then Jumanji, the next level. Jumanji Into the Jungle was a fantastic surprise. I don't think it's a fantastic movie, but in terms of a surprise, I mean, I had a great time with it. It was such a blast, and this cast is just the best. And this movie's going down a different route than I expected, so that's exciting as well. We also have the new Terrence Malick film, A Hidden Life, which, it's Terrence Malick. It's going to be interesting, but that's unlimited release. And I have heard good things, or interesting things, about the A24 movie Uncut Gems. Some good, some bad, but that will be coming out in limited release that weekend as well. Now, Friday the 20th. Wow, this is a massive weekend. So we have Bombshell, the movie kind of centered around Fox News and how the three women took on Roger Ailes, starring Margot Robbie, Charlize Theron, and Nicole Kidman. Stacked with talent. That could end up being really good. Cats. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which y'all know. I mean, that is, if not anticipated, it's the most intriguing movie because we just don't know how it's going to end up. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? I don't think it's going to be bad. I think JJ's got a handle on what he's doing here, and I think he's going to bring us a movie that's going to appease both one side of the Last Jedi debate and the other, and my goodness, does that movie just not give me all of the feels, because it's the end of the Skywalker saga, and for that, I'm very much looking forward to it. And then Superintelligence, the brand new Melissa McCarthy movie, directed by Ben Falcone, and it's probably going to be another silly comedy. I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards the theaters just because it's, appealing to a different audience than something like a Star Wars or something like a Cats. And then on Wednesday, the 25th, and these are the final few movies we're talking about. We have Little Women, which the trailer just looks, oh my goodness. The director of Lady Bird, you have a great cast, a little Chalamet in there, a little Saoirse Ronan. I mean, it just looks so good. It looks sweet, but it looks interesting. And it could be a primed Oscar contender, as well as Spies in Disguise. That's the animated film with Tom Holland and Will Smith, where Will Smith turns into a pigeon. Could be sweet. And then in limited, we have Just Mercy, and I'm not too familiar with that, but we do have 1917, which probably one that I'm going to have to leave off of my end of the year list because, of course, I don't get to see independent movies until way later. But that's not going to drop in a lot of theaters. It's not a wide release, but hey, it's a Sam Mendes war film, and the trailer looks spectacular. It looks a bit Dunkirky, but it still looks really good. And December is just going to be a packed month, and the rest of the year, guys, there are just so many great movies to look forward to, so many that, I think could end up one way or the other, and then so many that you're confident in that are going to be good. I think The Lighthouse is going to be good. I think Ford v Ferrari is going to be good, but then you have those that you're just kind of like, I want it to be amazing, like in It Chapter 2, and like a Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, but we just don't know. But that's the beauty of filmmaking and movies, is once we get there and once we get the chance to see it, we can realize whether or not it paid off on all of the anticipation, all of the hours of waiting that we had to go through to finally get to the movie. I want to know in the comments down below which movie remaining for the rest of the year is the one that you're looking forward to the most. And let me know which movie do you think could surprise you, and which one is going to be the worst out of all of the ones that I mentioned. And of course, let me know if I missed something that I didn't see or I probably skipped over, because hey, it's a lot of movies that we're dealing with. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. A lot of things going on Patreon right now. You guys can go check that out. We have podcasts, we have movie reviews, many videos coming this weekend. We start with It Chapter 2 movie review coming Thursday. Actually, I'm sure you'll get a video before then, but I'm very much looking forward to that. You guys are the best, and I'll see you very soon.